Right, if you have Red Bull in your bar, here's a great trick that you can do anytime you have a Red Bull can and a customer wants a drink that's like a vodka and Red Bull or anything mixed with Red Bull. Start with your Red Bull can, and the trick looks just like this. I open it, take my glass, and pour it like so. You can go all the way upside down. That's the Red Bull from a can upside down trick. A couple pointers on how this trick works. What I do is start with the can and make sure that your hand's wet. Your hand does have to be just a little bit. I'll either just spray it with a gun or grab a piece of ice and just kind of roll it around in my hand a little bit. Your hand does need to be damp for the suction to work. I start with it to make sure that the pour is angled right. It actually helps to make sure that the mouth is pointing basically straight up. I have my hand out like this and the mouth pointing straight up. So where this part right here, where it's going to pour out of, I keep that pointing straight up. My hand's getting dry, so I got to make sure that stays wet. Get my hand, it doesn't need to be totally soaked, but just a little damp, a little wet. You have to play around with that. I start by bunching up my hand just like this. I start on the fat part, this kind of pouch of your thumb. I start here, and I'm going to be moving it to the center. It also helps too. I twist as I move to the center. I twist about a halfway around. Let's try that again. You'll have to play with what works for you as far as opening it and having the mouth pointing down. That's not hugely important, but it does help a little bit. But I'll start here on this fat part of the thumb. Really squeeze and push it into your hand as much as you can. Do that, and then twist as you're getting to your palm. So we do about a half or a quarter rotation here. So I start there, and as it's moving across my palm, watch what I'm doing with my hand. I start with it kind of bunched up here, and get my hand wet a little bit again. I start here. I'm going to be moving towards the center, and I'm really opening my hand like so, all right? Because it really goes from here to having your hand as far back as you can push your fingers. You really want to extend those hands as much as possible, and that'll keep the suction. So let's try this one more time. I've got it here, and you'll notice actually as you open it, the suction, and as it pours out, the suction will actually get greater and greater. I've got a full glass here, so I can't do this, but you'll notice that as you pull upside down and more pours out of it, it'll actually suck more to your hand. So it feels like it's pretty well on there. By the time you're upside down, it'll actually be stuck, and you'll be able to shake an empty Red Bull can upside down like that. So practice and have fun.